Coming up on Talk is Cheap, we're going to look at the Kelly-Hopkins alien encounter. 1955, what the hell is it? Let's check this out. Welcome to Talk is Cheap, where cheap is talk, and talk is cheap. Episode 170. I'm joined by Pete Hubleib.
I am astounded by. I'm taking a sneak peek at some of the photos and stuff, and I'm like, this is the first time I've seen this. You showed me what you're doing, and welcome, folks. Sorry, I was completely enthralled by what's coming up. Yeah, mesmerized. So, welcome, planet Earth and beyond. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yes, so you said it right. What the hell is this thing? Kelly-Hopkinsville, 1955 encounter. And of course, like I've always said, when in doubt,
shoot it out.
No, the saying is, I don't always research conspiracies, but when I do, I go to Wikipedia.
Oh, nice. Reliable source.
So here we go.
Hey, before we start, Dan, we want to talk about this June 25th date at all? Getting closer.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and tease that.
Yes. Remember, folks, last episode we talked about June 25th being the day of that the U.S. government has to kind of disclose what it knows about unidentified aerial phenomena. And
disclose what it knows.
Yes, disclose what it knows. And I tell you what, we have a live show on the 25th to cover it. I, for one, cannot wait to see what they do. I hope it's not disappointing.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, that's two weeks from now. Should be
14 days.
Yep. All right. Yeah, we'll see what's in store for
14 days. 1-4. Nice. 1-4. 1-4. Sorry. I'm excited for it, Daniel. Well, it's going to be awesome, right?
We'll see what happens. I want to see them put their money where their mouth is. We've all been disappointed before, and why shouldn't we be disappointed again as well?
And if they don't, I'm going to put my foot where their ass is.
Oh, my goodness.
Actually, I won't. That's not a threat to the U.S. government, just so you know.
Have you ever seen a man's blank?
Mm-hmm. All right, yes. Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter, ladies and gentlemen. Wikipedia breaks this down. The claim is, on the evening of August 21st, 1955, 5 adults, 7 children arrived at the Hopkinsville police station claiming that small alien creatures from a spaceship were attacking their farmhouse, and they had been holding them off with gunfire for nearly 4 hours. 2 of the adults, Elmer, Sutton, and Billy Ray Taylor, claimed that they had been shooting at 12 to 15 short, dark figures who repeatedly popped up at the doorway or peered into the windows. Concerned about a possible gun battle between local citizens, 4 police, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police from the nearby U.S. Army Fort Campbell drove to the Sutton farmhouse located near the town of Kelly in Christian County.
Down in the Bible Belt.
Their search yielded nothing apart from the evidence of gunfire and holes in the windows and door screens made by the firearms.
Okay.
So crazy stuff off the bat.
Okay, so for starters, you don't get that many people drunk and shooting guns at once typically, so there's something there, right there. I would say there's a little credibility already. There's something there.
So breaking this down even more, so that was the good old Wikipedia. So now I'm going to tell the story chopped here. Okay, so this is how it went. Billy Ray Taylor.
Billy Ray! There's some creatures outside, Billy Ray. Get the gun. Sorry.
I think you got the mood set.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So a farmhouse in the woods. Billy Ray Taylor went outside to collect some water from the pump. The
1955 Virginia, or Kentucky, excuse me, that's what they'll do.
He had his bucket with him. He seen an object streaking across the sky. This caught his attention. Whoa, what the hell is that? It said it exhausted all colors of the rainbow.
Cool.
Billy Ray identified it as a flying saucer and watched it land behind some trees.
Billy Ray.
Soon the families began to hear strange noises and the dog barking outside. And upon investigation, Lucky Sutton and Billy Ray saw the first of the creatures emerge from the trees.
Lucky, there's a creature over there. Get the gun. Sorry, I'll stop doing that.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, good.
Pretty good.
Exactly.
So panicked, he ran indoors and told the others with him that he's seen a UFO. He did not hear an explosion. That's something
That's going to come back into play later.
No, because if he says seen
like
object,
a crash landing or
anything.
something. Yeah. Okay.
No explosion.
Yep.
So just a hissing noise as it landed behind the farmhouse. Taylor was not taken seriously until the dogs began barking and as something was approaching the house.
Taylor, you're just drunk again. Oh, what's got them dogs all fired up? Get the gun.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
One creature pressed its face against the window.
That would be creepy.
They all began to fire their guns.
They did have guns. All right.
12-gauge shotgun and a 22 pistol. They were saying there was 12 to 15 creatures. Over the next few hours, the creatures drew closer and then retreated. They flipped up into the trees. When they tried to shoot them, one reached down and grabbed Taylor's hair. Okay, so they flipped up in the trees when they tried to shoot them.
So then they ran out under the trees? Obviously, right? They're outside now chasing them into the trees.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So
Yeah,
he's on the porch here at one point too, and one grabbed down and grabbed Taylor's hair.
Good morning.
As the story is told, they shot it, but then the others appeared and all seemed resistant to
Gunfire.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not a good sign.
When they shot them, and then they just would float to the ground and then escape.
Float?
The men went through whole boxes of ammunition.
We're all getting killed here.
When all quieted down, nearly 4 hours, mind you, 4 hours of
Dude.
blasting holes through your own walls.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even for Billy Ray, man.
So it's
That's 3 hours longer than his last episode of shooting through the walls. I'm just kidding. I just made that up. I don't know anything about
break
it.
down the wall. So there was about 11 p.m. about this time. They piled into the car, drove into town to beg police for help.
Yeah, I would too.
Police came, they found no evidence. Again, we're talking about 4 city police, 5 state troopers, and 3 deputy sheriffs from various jurisdictions, plus 4 military police from the nearby U.S. Army Fort Campbell, all descended upon the property, ready to do battle.
Yeah, they're ready to fight some aliens, man.
But by the time they arrived, the alien creatures were nowhere to be found.
Correct.
No sign of the creatures was ever found, but one account states that some luminous green glow was discovered near a fence and was gone by the next day. The description was consistent with that of foxfire. Now, foxfire is the name of a bioluminescence fungus on decaying wood.
Have you ever seen that?
I have seen it.
Yeah, that's
It was
super cool, man.
pretty amazing when I seen it the first time.
Do you mind Googling some of that foxfire? Yeah, what I've seen is...
Yeah, so this stuff's green.
Yep, I haven't seen it quite that brilliant.
Yeah, it's just usually a little like...
That's kind of what I recall seeing more in the woods there. It's just, yeah, that's more of what I recall. That's kind of neat. Oh, there's your blue one.
It's still more like I saw when I was just like specks, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not very much. Yeah, those are pretty, Yeah, you wonder what the heck that is. It's pretty cool if you haven't seen it.
So the next day, the creatures returned about 3:30 in the morning. No shots were fired this time, but the creatures apparently scratched at the house and made noise walking on the roof.
Oh, yeah, and why bother shooting, right? It didn't do any good. I would have tried something else. Sent Vera out with the frying pan or something.
Okay, so what some of these creatures looks like, we'll bring some of these on screen. Here's the description.
So there's the drawing. Look at his feet. There's the drawing of him pulling his hair. He was on the roof as he was outside. So Dan, I've got a question for you, man. Feet are really. Have you come across a description of aliens like that before with the big ears? Typically, they're earless and stuff.
Yeah, I've never have. This is why it kind of caught my attention when I was looking for a topic for the show, and I was like, "Whoa, I never seen this kind of things before."
Chin almost apart. Look at how long those arms are too, almost all the way to the ground.
So let's zoom in here and get a little description for some people. So we got, this is again Billy Ray Taylor's account drawn drawn by Andrew Ledwith.
Bud. Billy Ray and Bud. Lucky. Vera.
Ears floppy, large, extended, considerably above the crown of the head, pointed at the top.
Like wrinkled leather. Like pig's ears you'd feed your dog.
Upper lip tucked under lower lip. Shoulders sloped sharply. No neck. Body powerfully
ripped.
built to waist.
He's ripped up there.
Arms long, almost touch the ground. Hands wide, talons.
Have you ever been scratched by the talon? Do they have sharp talons?
Do the chickens have large talons? Do they have what?
Feet circular like suction
cups.
Huh.
What the hell? Where did they come from, man? Look at the eyes are like set off to the side too, and actually that provides a much wider range of vision when they're more set off to the side like that.
And the height was 2.5 feet to 3.5 feet tall.
Oh, and they had feelers or antenna on the heads too, little feelers. Interesting, man.
And then we got. Oh yeah.
Is this an actual photo of them guys?
Yeah. So this is.
It came down like this. Elmer, Lucky Sutton. So Lucky's in the middle. O.P. Baker and John Sutton Wright. So, I don't get to see Billy Ray.
You want Billy Ray?
I really wanted to see Billy Ray. 12 little men probed today. I think I remember seeing a movie in college like that called that.
Yeah, so it made the paper and all this.
Yeah, I mean,
stuff too.
This is crazy.
Kelly farmhouse scene of alleged raid by a strange crew last night. Reports say bullets failed to affect visitors.
And that's what's scary about it, man. And after actually about the third or fourth time I pumped a 12 gauge buckshot at something and it just ran away and came back or floated away, I think I'd try to somehow change my weapon of choice. I don't know, grab a pitchfork or something, throw boiling water on them. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that would be terrifying, Dan, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. I mean, especially the unknown. We're scared of the unknown as humans.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, that, yeah. And if that was 12 bears coming in, I would be so scared. But I wonder if any of them tried to grab a handful of crap in their pants and throw it at it, because I tell you what, I would have had a full load to fling at them if that was happening to me, man. Not to be too graphic. Sorry, folks.
So let's talk about some conclusions here. So we got Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Now, remember, he was the Project Blue Book guy.
Yeah.
The government said the Kelly Hopkins case seemed preposterous and offensive to common sense.
But wasn't he paid to say that about all UFO sightings back in that day for Project Blue Book? The whole point of Project Blue Book wasn't it to catalog them and then
debunk them
for public? Yeah, right.
Did you ever watch the TV series that I told you to?
No, I haven't.
So this episode is in there. It's season 2, episode 4, and I actually rewatched it because I wanted to refresh my memory for what happened in there versus the real story.
Mm-hmm.
Space Force.
There was a lot of. Well, it's going to be debunked if I say that. We'll wait on that.
Okay.
The neighbors dismissed the whole thing as a drunken debacle. Police say no one had been drinking.
Okay, now I don't believe either of those people. Okay? I just don't. There had to have been some alcohol involved.
Moonshine or something, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think of myself, and if I'm around like 5 of my buddies, somebody's drinking, man,
Miss Langford didn't allow alcohol in her house.
Well, I wouldn't be hanging out at Miss Langford's house then, period, then. So I guess I'd never be there.
And then there's also another reason that people don't believe this, because the family tried profiting off the story by charging admission to their house, which further lost them credibility.
They had to buy ammo and fix holes.
So now another thing here, the great horned owl, which is about 2/3 of a meter tall.
About 2 feet tall, yeah.
I actually have a picture here. Some people are saying that this is what they encountered. That's a big ass owl.
Yeah.
So we got, for those listening, 2 two grown men holding a
That is a huge owl.
huge owl out by the wingspan.
That's got to be an 8-foot wingspan, close to it, I would imagine. Huh?
The guys are probly almost pushing 6, right?
Yeah, I would say the guy on the right's 6 feet tall, and that's definitely
maybe
more,
8 or 9, 10.
Yeah, maybe not quite 10, but it's a good wingspan. However, last I heard, great horned owls were not impervious to shotgun blasts, but maybe down south they're a little tougher.
But if you think about it, it fits in with them floating to the ground and then floating up, and then the talons.
Maybe they thought they were feet. What about the suction cup feet and the built upper body?
They don't have
protruding
arms or anything on their wings.
No.
So that's what's weird about that part.
And would a great horned owl mess with somebody's hair, assuming that that's right?
Despite the reports of 12 to 15 creatures, the families themselves say that only once did anyone see as many as 2 at the same time, keeping in mind that the farmhouse had no exterior lighting. So that adds on to the complication as well.
That?
Yeah, so it was dark, and they claimed 12 to 15 creatures, but only saw 2 at once. That's interesting. But, 1955 Kentucky, I don't want to offend anybody down south, but I'm not sure that their math skills were that great. So
another explanation for the UFO, that it could have been a meteor or shooting star, is another debunking side of it.
I find it odd that, Dan, that a family of 5 adults and 7 children would make this up, involve the local police and that many responding, and at some point in the investigation, somebody didn't get their story right, or somebody slipped up. You have a little kid that says, no, they were laughing and we were just being funny. You know what I'm saying? We had 12 people, children and adults, that all claimed this happened to some degree. To me, that adds some validity to it. Now, I don't know their situation. Maybe they were a bunch of, they were all, cousins and brothers and sisters, and they were just one big inbred family. Who knows? I don't know. But to me, that adds credibility to the story, that they were willing to go down, file a false, preposterous claim like this on top of it. It could have been, they could have described anything that would have been a little more believable. They could have said it was people, for that matter, that they were fending off. So I find it odd that those folks would go to those lengths to hoax a story.
The thing is, if he was trying to profit off it, that's what.
Well, are you going to shoot your damn house up to make a profit? No, man. You're going to think, unless again they're that dumb, you would think of something else.
I'll go back to the Project Blue Book.
And you would have left evidence there for the police to find. You would have concocted something because they didn't find anything.
Yeah, see, this is where the Project Blue Book episode, which is probably, of course, it's TV. They're going to add shit to it.
Sensationalized.
What they did with the glowing luminescences, it was paint. The guy painted like a hand. Billy Ray is what they did. He's the one that painted it. They went to his tent, and then he had the paint there. And then actually he had monkeys dressed up in alien suits. This is what they did for that episode.
That they said that's what he did?
Well, that's what the episode was, but I didn't see anything like that officially for the...
Okay, so where in 1955 in Kentucky do you get monkeys? Oh, because they were circus. Yeah, because they were. It said that the 2 people were circus people.
Yeah, they were circus people.
All right.
Yeah, and then that's what... take it for
why,
what it is.
And maybe Billy Ray wasn't the sharpest nail in the box or tack in the.
And you could tell the way the episode was how it was presented. It was fake.
It was, they went in right away indicating hoax right from the get-go. And, I find what's hard to believe is the description of the aliens or creatures. I haven't really heard them, although, the UFO tied in is a little different, because my first thought was the little people of the Adirondacks. Now, I know in Kentucky, I don't believe the Adirondacks are around there or anything, but there's been throughout time across the globe reports of little hairy creatures, but these aren't hairy, and they have big ears and stuff. But I was trying to do that, but there was a First Nations tribe that had that very strong in their lore, and were used to run across these very small but powerful creatures in the Adirondacks, and they would tear into rotting logs to eat bugs and stuff. Anyway, I digress.
So ufologists regarding it as one of the most significant and well-documented cases in the history of UFO incidences, while skeptics say the reports were due to the effects of excitement and misidentification
Well, yeah,
of
because
natural
skeptics don't
phenomena.
even believe in UFOs, for God's sake, you know.
So I thought I'll just put that there. So that's all.
It's pretty well documented.
That's all there basically is. I want to play this clip. This was actually on the news because this is talking about the town and all that stuff. So now they have a festival. They
have the Little Men Festival.
Well, this was back when the eclipse happened. It was 2017 or something.
Okay.
That was. So we'll just play this.
Eclipse and the legend of what happened on a Kentucky farm are about to collide. Here's ABC's Clayton Sandell.
Blink and you might miss Kelly, Kentucky. But now a cosmic coincidence is putting this community of just 300 at the dark center of eclipse frenzy. It's all happening on the 62nd anniversary of the night in 1955 when aliens supposedly terrorized a family farmhouse. Geraldine Sutton Stiff's father was there.
It affected all of them. My Uncle J.C. couldn't even hold down a job after that. And Dad, I mean, he didn't want to talk about it.
Investigators never found any proof. One suggested the aliens arrived in a bottle of Kentucky moonshine. But the story made Kelly famous, inspiring UFO enthusiasts and even Steven Spielberg when he made E.T. Kelly is hoping to cash in on the eclipse with the Little Green Men Days Festival,
We're raffling off a Mitsubishi Eclipse car.
raising money to build their first ever community center. And during that 2 minutes, 40 seconds of darkness, some wonder if just maybe those aliens might come back.
I'll have my little glasses on. I'm going to be like, okay, try to watch. Okay, you know, they're not here yet, are they?
Normally, just a few thousand people show up here, but this time they expect 20,000.
That's pretty good.
And perhaps a few more. Clayton Sandell, ABC News, Kelly, Kentucky.
So we talk about
Our
people
special
not accepting the alien thing, but there's quite a bit of people that are open to it.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what's interesting, Dano, as well, is talking to that the daughter or whoever that was there, the little interview with the daughter. You know, it adds credibility. They apparently they tried to cash in on it, but you know, she seemed pretty genuine. He didn't want to talk about it. You know, the holding the job down part, who knows? But you know, you find that when you know, people have experiences this intense and they tell people about it, eventually they get that attention and then completely switch over and say, I don't want to talk about it. I wish I would have never mentioned it. The Canadian UFO encounter that we talked about, Canada's the most well-documented UFO encounter. Remember the guy that, you know, saw the two flying saucers, got burnt by the exhaust. I forget the guy's name.
Oh, yeah.
And they found molten metal and radioactive rocks and stuff up there. And he was adamant afterwards. He said he should have never mentioned it. He didn't like the attention, didn't want it, should have never said a thing, you know. Right. So again, a little bit of credibility just from that account there. If you know, people don't want to talk about, don't want that attention at some point, you know, tells me that they regret even saying anything in the first place.
Yeah, aside from that, I wish there was more evidence. I mean, we're kind of going by anecdotal.
Yeah, newspaper clippings and stories. It would be really nice. That's too bad that we didn't see like a interview of the guys as they were older, like the Walton, right? The guy's name, Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, Travis Walton.
Walton.
Yeah.
You know, they even had quotes from them years later saying, "Yeah, it's true, and it was the craziest night in the woods I ever seen," or something, right? He said one of his buddies said, but it would have been interesting to catch them. They're probably all dead by now, I'm sure, but it would have been nice to catch an interview with them when they're older.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining us today.
Love it. And, awesome, Dan.
Again, what did you say? 14 days?
14 days, June 25th. Tune in live to Talk is Cheap. We're going to be covering every little thing. This is going to be, I choose to believe it's going to be life-changing, Dan.
I hope you're right.
I do too, man. And you know what's going to probably happen? You're going to find out at the same day that they're going to reveal UFOs and they're going to announce the sealed indictments are being released.
Oh, yeah.
And that we've got free energy and nobody has to go to work ever again because free food's going to be falling from the sky.
Nasara, right?
Yeah. Nasara, Jasara, whatever you want to call it. You're right. And they're going to also say that Bigfoots exist. That's
There you go.
my prediction on the 25th. And we're going to talk about it all and cover it all here on Talk is Cheap.
Can't have it better than that. All right. Tune in next time, folks.